Captain's on the scene. You got 1 hour. Go.
Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. That's the name of our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. In the name of the Holy Spirit that's given us all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and truth in these beautiful but dangerous times. Let's get right to it, man. Is it okay to sleep? Shalom.
Shalom.
Right? Shalom and Kwam Yasharala. All right. You see the title. The title that we're going into today is it okay to sleep with a heathen? Is it okay to sleep with anybody outside of your race? The problem that we have in our society today is that the other nations that are round about us, we think it's okay to go in unto them. So we're going to give out some accounts inside the Holy Bible to show what happened when that situation occurred, right? And what was the emotion of the Most High when these things occurred, right? Is it okay to sleep with another nation outside of your race, right? Give me that. Let's start off with that Numbers 20.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, and verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
They began to do what?
Commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab.
Daughters of Moab. Who is the daughters of Moab? The daughters of Moab were the children that he begat, right? Who was Moab? Moab was a son of Lot, right? Lot had got drunk, and his daughters laid down and had sex with their father, and they had a illegitimate child.
That's right.
That's an incest baby, right?
That's right.
This is in the Bible, y'all. Don't be marveled at the story that I'm going to bring out to you as if though it's not written in the scriptures. You have to open it so that you can get understanding. With all you're getting, get this understanding, right? So they was beginning to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. Moab having children, right? And this is Israel that's committing this act, right? Read.
And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods.
And they what?
They called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods.
So give me Exodus chapter 20, right? The daughters of Moab was calling the children of Israel to make sacrifices to their gods, right? What was it, Chemosh? The god of Chemosh, right? That's the Chinese people's god, man. The idols. I wanted some Chinese food so bad one day, right? And I went inside, and guess what I see? I see a big ass idol of Chemosh in there. I said, and I seen a whole bunch of Jake inside. I seen a whole line of Jakes. I said, man, y'all see this big ass idol right here? Y'all going off. And I walked up. Ain't nobody know what I'm talking about. Like, y'all see this big ass fake god inside this restaurant? I just walked. I said, y'all going off, and I walked out. I was that hungry. I said, let me stop in here and grab me some chicken real quick. Nah, you know what I'm saying? This is their gods, right? And we're not to eat things sacrificed unto these nations' gods, right? Read.
And the people did eat and bow down to their gods.
And they what?
The people did eat and bow down to their gods.
So this is what we're doing. This is ain't nothing new under the sun. Like I said, I went into that restaurant and I see a whole bunch of black people inside that restaurant, and they just ignored Chemosh or Chemosh or whatever you want to say, how you want to say it, right? That's the children of Moab's god, man. And they got their food, and they smacking their lips on some sesame chicken, right? Lo mein, shrimp fried rice, whatever you want to call it, right? All sacrificed to their gods, bowing down to it, right? Give me that in Exodus 20. Read.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, from the top. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Most High God brought us out of slavery in Egypt, right? The ancient Egypt. Read.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the what?
The house of bondage.
Which is captivity. Read.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right? This is what the daughters of Moab was having Israel do. Have other gods before the Most High. Right? Read.
Exodus 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
And this is what they were doing. This is what the daughters of Moab, right, had Jake doing. Bowing down to these idols. Read that again.
The book of Numbers chapter 25 and verse 2, and it reads, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bow down to their gods.
And bow down to their gods. One of God's commandments was not to bow down to their gods, right? Read.
Exodus chapter 20 verse 5.
Yeah, y'all the children of Israel, y'all know that, right? The sons of the Most High God, man, we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in these last days, right? Have faith in who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yahushua. Read.
Exodus 20 and verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
He is a what?
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Most High God is jealous, man. Why? Because he is married unto us, man. All right? He is jealous, like a jealous husband when he sees his wife going to another man, right? When she entertains the thought to go and wink, bat her eyes at another man, this is how jealous the Most High God is over the children of Israel. Read.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
All right, the third and fourth generation is who he's visiting from those wicked children that hate the Most High God, man. Right, bowing down to these idols. Read.
The book of Exodus chapter 23 verse 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods.
Make no mention. You're not even supposed to call on no other God, man. And what we got to understand is there's only one true name of the Lord, right? Right? And we're not to call after no other gods, right? Read.
Neither let it be heard out of thy mouth.
Neither let it be heard out of your mouth, man. All right? And how do we know the name of the Lord? Because we're speaking the Lashawan Kodash, right? The ancient tongue, right? The holy tongue. Okay? So this is how we figure out the name of our Heavenly Father. Not that Yiddish Hebrew people are speaking today. Not that modern Masoret made up Hebrew that those imposters made up. Okay? That's not our language. Our language is the Paleo Hebrew, right? That's it on that? Yeah, come on, that's it on that. Read.
Verse 3. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
And the what?
And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
Right? It's hot. He's mad, right? Read.
And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun.
So he told them to take the heads of all the sons, man, that was sacrificing to the god of Peor or the idol, right? The other nations, the children of the daughters of Moab's god, man. Right? Read.
That the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel.
That the fierce anger of the Lord be turned away, man. Right? This is what we wanted. We desired that the anger of the Lord to stop. That's how afraid we are of the Most High God. Today we lack that fear because we think that he's not among us, right? Him turning his back on us for all this time is like, you know what? I'm tired of y'all acting like I'm not doing it. I'm going to pluck you off the land that I had y'all go and dwell in. All right? This is how he's showing us his judgments. Okay? Read.
And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay, beat every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor.
Okay, so everyone that was joined into these people's gods, man, he said to slay them, right? Take the heads of them, right? Read.
And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses.
So he's bringing this brother is bringing in another nation woman in the sight of Moses. Moses looking at him like, what's wrong with this fool? What's wrong with this nigga? Huh? I'm looking at Moses looking at Aaron. Aaron looking at his other brother. His other brother, like, they all like, I ain't told him to bring him. I ain't told him to bring her. Right? Read.
And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel.
That's in the sight of all the congregation, they all see it. Right? Read.
Who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right, because they see what's going on already in Israel, man. There's lives being taken all throughout the Negro people, man.
Bring it out.
Them Negroes was getting put to death by Moses and his men, man. If you brought you a white girl into the congregation, they was cutting your head off. Huh? If we brought a Midianitish woman into the congregation, Moses said, go get him. Get him. Huh? How did a Negro go into the white community and bring a white girl into the community? Moses wasn't with that, right? Read.
Verse 7. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin.
He took a what?
A javelin.
What's a javelin? Right, a javelin is a long spear, right? When they saw this, they said, One of the mighty men said, Phinehas said, I'm about to give me my javelin. This nigga bugging. This nigga out of his goddamn mind, right? Read.
Verse 8. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent.
He went after that Negro into the tent, right? Read.
And thrust both of them through.
He did what?
Thrust both of them through.
Thrust both of them. The man and that heathen woman, right? Read.
The man of Israel and the woman through her belly.
Through what?
Through her belly.
Why did he emphasize her belly? Because that man went in unto that heathen, man. He went in unto her, and she was pregnant. She was pregnant, right? Oh, the Bible is y'all teaching hate. I thought y'all was Christians. I thought y'all read the Bible. This is in the Bible, right? That they didn't go with that mixing nation stuff that's going on today here in Babylon the Great. Read.
So the plague was stayed away from the children of Israel.
So what?
The plague was stayed away from the children of Israel.
So it is a plague when we put our seed in another nation's womb. It's a plague. So the children that comes out, right? The give me Deuteronomy 23, right? We're gonna flop a little back and forth real quick because our people don't know how to comprehend the context. They think that they can just take one precept and then form their own doctrine around it and then cause a massive confusion throughout our nation, man. Is it okay to sleep with a heathen? Here we're clearly seeing that in the law. No, it wasn't. Moses wasn't with that shit, man. Give me that. Give me the context. You can start off with verse 1 and 2, and you can stop at 3, but I want you to skip down.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 from the top. He that is wounded in the stone.
He that is what?
Wounded in the stone. While his private members cut off. So not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
So he that is wounded in the stones, he that's wounded in his gonads or his testicles, or have his privy member cut off, right? He can't enter into the congregation. That's a cut to the alphabet community that's calling themselves transformers, right? You're not even going to enter into the congregation of the Lord, man, right?
Verse 2. The bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Who?
Bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. What is a bastard? A lot of people will say a bastard is a child that came in out of wedlock. No, that's not. That's not what the Bible's definition of a bastard is. A bastard, according to the Bible, is Strong's H4464, and it means child of incest, illegitimate child, right? Bastard, mixed population, born of a Jewish father and a heathen mother, or vice versa. But see, in this context, we're talking about the children of Israel. So the only way, keep reading, watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, and verse 2. The bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Even into his 10th generation, he's not even going to enter in. Man, that's a very long time. That is a very, 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 very long time, right? Because the Lord is visiting the iniquities of the children of the 3rd and 4th generation, right? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 3. An Ammonite or a Moabite,
A Japanese or a Chinese,
shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
That's crazy. It was through the Spirit. I came up here and it was a Moabite couple walked by. I said, man, they knew that when I was going to go into the Lord. You can't make this stuff up. The Lord has a sense of humor, right? Read.
An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation.
Even to their 10th generation, read.
Shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever?
For what?
Forever.
You can't even never, ever, never, 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 ever enter into the congregation of the Lord. Why? Because you're unclean. You're illegitimate, right? You don't belong, right? Now skip down to verse 7.
Verse 7. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
Thou shalt not what?
Abhor an Edomite.
Thou shalt not do abominably to the Edomites. Read.
For he is thy brother.
For he is thy brother. Read.
Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land.
Look at the mercy the Most High got on Esau and the Egyptians. He got mercy to them right there, not to abhor them. That's the only type of mercy you're going to see, right? Read.
God. The children that are begotten of them.
The children that are begotten of them, right? What I had you hold. Oh, you getting your precepts ready. You know where we're going to go. All right, the children that are begotten of them. Read that again.
Verse 8. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in the 3rd generation.
In their what?
3rd generation.
In their 3rd generation. Why isn't the 1st and 2nd generation able to get in, even though they were from Israel, right? Because the Jewish father is considered the Israelite, right? He would be considered the Israelite, but the heathen mother. How come he didn't say the 1st generation can enter in? He cut them off. Why did he cut them off? Read.
God. Verse 9. When the host goes forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from. Okay. All right. Verse 9. When the host goes forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing.
When the host go forth to thy enemy, keep thee from every wicked thing. Read.
If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness.
By any reason of uncleanness, right? The law stated that all the nations before us were defiled. All the nations. And we can prove that, right? I know you got a lot going on. Hold that. Give me Leviticus. Repent, brother. You're a prince of the power, man. Right? Not walking around being in the alphabet community is not going to get you into the kingdom. Come on, no, I need that precept, bro. 18 and verse 24. And verse 24. Let's bring it out how all the other nations before the Lord put before us are defiled, right? Read.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 24. You shall not ye yourself in any of these things.
You shall not do what?
Defile not ye yourself in any of these things. For in all these the nations are defiled.
All these abominations, the nations are defiled, right? Because remember, in the book of Psalms, the 148 says that he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel, right? And as for the other nations, they have not known him. He hasn't showed those judgments to those other nations, right? Read.
Which I cast out before you, and the land is defiled.
And the what?
The land is defiled.
Cast us out in the lands that are defiled, man, right? All the abominations that's happening in America right now. The Most High God said to not defile yourselves, for those nations are defiled. Read.
Therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself abomineth out her inhabitants.
The land itself going to vomit it out its inhabitants. Now here's your cut to that it's not okay to sleep with heathen nations. If you're a Negro man, you should not be sleeping with no other nation's woman. You should go and get you a sister. Go get you a beautiful sister and rear her up in the standards that the Most High God had for us. Because that flood is coming to take out. He said that he's getting ready to visit our enemies, man. Right? What it look like us bringing in children? Listen, we're going to get to that. You got a question, we're going to get to that, right? Solomon did sin, right? And what happened to Solomon? Solomon's kingdom got split, right? And then when the greater Solomon was here, he had to suffer for that, right? He suffered the sins of the nation of Israel, right? So we can't go around using the excuse that because King Solomon slept with all those other women, it's okay for us to do. No, you a so-called Negro man, go get you a Negro woman. And just because she ratchet like a sexy red or a glow, all these women that want to talk about, pink pussy hole, pink booty hole, brown, you need to tell that sister that the Lord is going to burn that up. That pink pussy and booty hole brown, he's going to burn it up because your behind don't want to get in order. Bring it out. Right? You can't be afraid of these women because they done compassed a man and became higher than the Negro man with her money, with her education, because she wants to keep up with the society, with the other nations, man. Right? Bring it up.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 3. It reads, here we go. It says, give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy what?
Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not your strength to a woman, Negro man. You're supposed to put your foot down for her, right? Let her know you are the man. You wear the pants. You take those pants off, woman, and you put on a dress. And you're going to address me as your Lord. Why? Because the Most High God said that's what you were supposed to do, right? Not based upon your feelings, okay? We coming out here and we're crying aloud and we're sparing not your feelings, sister, all right? You get in order, you get eliminated. Read.
Come. Nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings.
Nor that way which destroyed kings, man. That's what all wicked women do, man. Look at the dating community today, right? The women wants the power over the Negro man. She says, all her expectations is through the roof that she can't even fulfill herself. Right? I can't date a man like this. I can't date a man like that. But all the men that you can't date is out here by themselves. And guess what? They're going and getting passports, trying to go get the heathen woman now. Because the daughters of Zion are haughty. And they walk with their stretch forth necks. You can't tell me. Now all the pretty girls, they all cooped up in their little fancy condominiums and stuff with no man, right? Or they going to get them a heathen man. That's what they doing, right? They want to go after the money, right? Bring it out.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman,
By means of a what?
a whorish woman,
read.
A man is brought to a piece of bread.
And a man is brought to a piece of bread, you left with nothing, man. A woman will drive you to $0 in your account. Look, and we all been there, man.
Sure enough.
We all been there, bro.
Right.
Hey, we all here, man.
Hey, you gotta go to
Drive me
that
to a piece of bread, bro.
That's right.
I just told my brother I'm losing weight, man. I gotta hit the gym. Oh, have mercy. What's going on with me? Right? These women don't give a goddamn about you if you ain't got no money. You got a little money, you may get you a woman that actually will stick with you, right?
Come. And the adulterers will hunt for the precious life.
And the adulterers will hunt for your precious life, man. There's a brother that's going viral. There's quite a few of these brothers that's going viral, right? They walk around and they see a beautiful woman. And they see this woman and they try to talk to him. The woman is being mean, nasty to him. And then he says, okay, fine, you don't want to give me your number, say hi, or give me your name. Have a nice day, man. And he goes to sit in his Lambo, and then she comes back like, wait. She's like knocking on the window. He's like, he rolls window down. What's up? She's like, how you doing again? What'd you say your name was again? Oh, you want to know my name? I was trying to tell you my name when I was walking over there. Why are you acting like that now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's chasing after the back.
Right.
She's not chasing after a Negro man. Right. She see that Negro man. I'm not talking about the man had chains on, big chains on. He looked like he was fly, had his gear right. And the sister was still not trying to hear him until she saw that man's Lambo car or this man Benz. She see that man Benz, she's like, oh man, there go money right there.
When we get in that position and we see you doing like that, we ain't dealing with you.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You got no substance about you.
Right, that's right. The brother said, you know what? He's like, yeah. He got her in the car, talked to us, everything. He said, you know what? He's like, get out the car. Let me see you do something for me real quick. Spin around. Let me see that fine body. That's what they do. They spin around, and then he's like, now let me wiggle it for me. This is what they doing. They make the women wiggle their big behind, and he's like, all right, well, you know what? She's like, can I get back in the car? He said, nah, I don't think you can get back in my car. She said, why not? Because you're giving me gold digger vibes. And they take off.
Straight like that.
Right?
That's exactly how a real man feels about you woman like that.
That's how a real man feel about a woman like that, man.
Not simple for y'all.
Nah, that's what a simp was gonna be like. Yeah, you get in the car, you know, you diss me, but you know, I'm gonna go take you shopping so I can get some twat. Right? Right. This is what the being brought to a
God. What was I? Yeah, God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 26. It says, for by means of a whorish woman is a man brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life.
That's what she did. She hunted for his precious life when she saw him sit in his Lambo, when she saw him sit in his Wraith, this Phantom Wraith truck, right? This is the vibes of a whorish woman, right? A gold digger, right? Okay, but let's get back to the point. Give me you can read. I wanted you to read for all these nations. Yep, right here, 27 again.
This book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. For all these abominations have the men of the land done.
For all these abominations, the men of the land have done, man. The other nations' men have done these things. So guess what? If the other nations' men have done it, the other nations' women did it too. What are they teaching the women? What are they teaching those other nations? Abomination. Read.
Done. Which were before you, and the land is defiled.
Which were before us, and the land is defiled. Read.
Done. That the land spurred not you out also when ye defile it, as it spurred out the nations that were before you.
So the Most High God is spewing these other nations out, man. That's why it's not okay for a Negro man to sleep with another nation woman. This is a union right here, a black man and a black woman. That's what we should be seeing all throughout America. We should not be seeing a beautiful nation. We should have a beautiful nation couple right here. Black brother, a black sister, right? We shouldn't be seeing a black man and a white woman together. The nation that hate us the most, the nations that hate us the most, got Emmett Till killed because she lied and said that he whistled at her. Everybody whistling at that stank heathen. He was only 11. What do he look like? What's going on in an 11-year-old mind to whistle at a white woman? When she on her dying bed, she said he never did that. He never whistled at me. Huh? But we love the other nations' women. Why? Because they wavy, light-skinned. They trying to get a butt like a black woman, right? They go and get injections. They go and get they breasts done, they hips done, they behinds done. So now they want to walk around like a sister. And guess what? The Negro man, like, man. Look.
It's a trap, and this is why I like to go into Joshua 23. A lot of people don't go into that. It's a trap because they actually, I've seen it. They do treat our men better than some of our women do. It's sad, but it's a trap.
It's still a trap, right? Right? You got it?
Yeah, I got it right here. The book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 11. And it reads, it says, take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that you love the Lord your God. Else, if you do in any wise, go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations.
Go back and cleave to the remnant of those nations that was considered defiled in the law. Read.
Even these that remain among you,
those strangers that are among you, right? Read.
And shall make marriages with them.
And if you go in unto them, read.
And go in unto them, and they to you. Know for certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out any of these nations from before you.
He's not going to drive them out. He's not going to remove them from us, man. Right?
But they shall be snares and traps unto you.
And they're going to be snares and traps to you, right? That's how we get when we have these children by them. We get so self-conscious. We love our kids. We love our kids, man. We'll do anything for our kids, man. We'll put our kids over the Most High God. That's how wicked Israel had begotten, right? Read.
And scourges in your sides and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord your God has given you.
So this is how it's becoming a trap to us. When we go into, we stick in our rods in these other nations' women and have children by them, we would put those children above the Most High God, right? The scripture says in Numbers 25 that them daughters had the Negroes bowing down to other gods, huh? Remember in Ezra, the same thing was happening. Those other nations' women was teaching the children different languages. They were speaking of another language, and that was confusing them. It was like, hold up, nah, you know what? Ezra was like, man, my son done went off.
Even King Solomon.
Right, and that's what we were just saying. Don't try, we can't use that excuse. King Solomon did it. Did you read the next few scriptures after that when you found out what he did with those 700 wives and 300 concubines of those different nations? Huh? How he angered the Lord, right?
And it says in the scriptures, King Solomon was the wisest king of them all. And he still made this simple but big mistake.
The biggest mistake Israel can make, man. Right? Because this is what's angering the Lord, right?
You know, when we're brought to a higher status, we got to know that the Lord says we're holy. Holy means separate.
Go back to Deuteronomy. Right. So the children are unclean, right? They're unclean, right? Moses was commanded to cut the heads off of those that was going in onto the women, right? Phineas having a rampage with his javelin, right? And it was how many of them? You go back to that? Yeah, go back to that.
I was going to get to them individually. So, what was that? Yeah, verse 7. And when Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
How many died?
24,000.
24,000. They was on a killing spree. Is it okay to sleep with heathens? No.
That's off limits.
That is off limits. That's right, brother. We're not supposed to go in the sight of the Lord. He's saying you're doing righteous or you're doing evil. Which one do you want to be considered? My brother is doing righteous in the sight of the Lord when he picks him a beautiful sister and marries her and has children and multiply beautifully, right? It said be fruitful and multiply with your people, with the fruit of your stock, right?
Right.
That's how you magnify your race. We're trusting in the goodness of our lineage, our forefathers, man. Right? So 24,000 Israelites was being put to death. All right? Because not all Israel was Israel. Okay? But this is what we got to understand. Romans 8 was really talking about the unclean of us, man. The unclean of us, man. But in context, we're going to go back to Deuteronomy 23, right? The context was talking about Moab, Ammon, Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man, right? The devil the Bible speaks of, right? Khan. Oh, okay, Khan. That was the couple, right? You can't make this stuff up, man. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23. Verse 9, it reads, when the host goes forth against thine enemies.
Thy enemies. Give me Psalms 83, right? Read.
They keep thee from every wicked thing.
To keep us from every wicked thing, right? Read.
If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness.
If there be any man that is not clean by any form of uncleanness, right? Read.
That kisseth him by night. Then shall he go aboard out of the camp. He will not come within the camp.
So if you're unclean by a chance of uncleanness, right, you got to get out of the camp. Right? You're not even to come into the camp. right? Which is the congregation of the children of Israel, man. Right? You can't, you're unclean. And there's certain things that make you unclean until the evening, right? You can wash yourself, right? Read.
Done. But it shall be when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
So when the sun is down, right, from even to even, you'll be able to come back into the congregation. But read this, watch this.
Thou shalt have a place also without the camp.
Now there's a place also without the camp. Read.
Whether thou shalt go forth abroad, and thou shalt have a pattern upon thy weapon, and it shall be, when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back and cover that which cometh from thee.
Read.
So the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp.
Because the Most High God is within the camp, right? Let this go by. The Most High God is within the camps. He's still within the children of Israel, right? He did not forsake us, right? Read.
God. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of the camp to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy.
The camp shall be what?
Holy. That he see no unclean thing in thee.
That he see no unclean thing within the camp, right? Read.
And turn away from thee.
And so he'll turn away from us. So he won't turn away from us, right? So what we up here teaching, brother, is that is it okay for us to sleep with heathens? A heathen is a non-Negro, bro. The Negroes are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
We're reading the book of Numbers right now, right? And the book of Numbers talking about the chapter that we're reading is talking about the people that the Most High God had put to death because this abomination was happening. Right. All right? All the nations that weren't of Israel were considered defiled, abominable to the Lord, meaning they're filthy, they're dirty, they're disgusting in the sight of the Lord, right? So we today do it willfully to go into these other nations. We'll leave the black woman alone and we'll go get a Chinese woman. We'll leave the black woman alone and go get a white woman. We'll leave the black woman alone and go get a wavy, light-skinned girl and don't realize she's still considered unclean. Just because she came from a Negro man doesn't make her clean. We're reading about it. You can't even bring her in the camp. You couldn't even bring that young man in the camp. What is he good for? The first and second generation has no dealings with the congregation of God. He didn't deal with them. He said the third generation. That means your grandson, child has to have a child by a Negro, but your son has to have a Negro mate with a Negro, right?
That's right.
To bring back that third generation that's pure and clean in the sight of the Lord, right? This is in the Bible. The nations that's actually doing that and they're now in the camps, all they're doing is cleaving. There's nothing wrong with it. You're doing the will of God. You're cleaving. Hey, go and sin no more. But this thing that's supposed to happen, you're not even supposed to be among us. Like high nature. Passover, you're not even supposed to be in the Passover. You're not supposed to be at the Passover with an unclean person. See, but our people think it's okay because they came out of the loins of a black man. But the black man was supposed to get a black woman, and that baby was supposed to come through the matrix of a black woman, not a devil. Right? Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God.
We're not going to be silent about this. We're not going to no longer close our mouth about this, right? Read.
Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God.
We're going to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel, that the so-called heathen nations, we are not supposed to go in unto them. Read.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
The enemies make a tumult, man. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They are forming confederacies against us, man. Secret councils, how to keep us docile, right? Keep us dumbed down, right? And take the black men out of the families, man, right? Have the women going after the government's wealth, right? Call it welfare. Not wealth, not wealth, welfare, right? This is what our sisters go after. They lead a man. Listen, you can't even be in the house. I got to get these food stamps. He can't even get a job because they won't hire him. We the last hired and first fired. I've been through 3 different jobs in the past 2 months. And I'm the best employee I've ever been in these past 2 months. You think somebody want to see a big black man doing the best he can? No, not in society. Like I can't have a man that has a 9 to 5. You got to sell drugs so I can see, maybe I'll be with you. Maybe I can stay with you. Maybe mama would approve of you if you go sell some drugs, nigga. Right? That's hey, it is what it is, but now we got, in order to be up with the society, we got to go learn the white man's knowledge. Huh? Or we gotta bring out some knowledge that ain't gonna mean us nothing when we get to this age, where we find out the Bible has the best knowledge on the earth. How to keep God's ways, right? Read.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel against thy people, man. Well, what are some ways we can keep black people from flourishing and growing as a prosperous family in society like the Cosbys was, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was with Uncle Phil, right? Like the Family Matters, Carlton Winslow, right? When they was rearing up strong families. We don't see that today, huh? I did a prayer in my head today, and I was holding my bond, and I said, I pray that you don't grow up and you would think you were too cool for me. Read.
God. And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? The so-called Negroes that's being called black. The Negroes that's being called African American. The Negroes that's be called niggers, right? Spicks. Porch monkeys. Huh? Y'all remember they were calling you that? Whipping your back? Telling you your name wasn't Kunta? That your name was Toby, Tommy, Billy? Huh? We don't have strong names no more. We got the names of our oppressor tagged at the end of our first name.
Bring it up.
Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off.
Come and let's cut them off. Let's cut those Negroes off. Let's cut God's chosen people off from what?
From being a nation.
From being a nation. Now we divided. The hidden ones is like the Mexicans that's my complexion, like your complexion, down in Central and South America, right? So now you got the wavy ones that's out here, and they don't even, you got some that second and third generation, right? But we just reading about the second can't even get in. So what up with the first? Huh? They gone, man. The colonizer came over here and tried to mingle in, like, let's give them our daughter. And we looked at her and was like, oh, she's so sexy, she's beautiful. Let's make her. Instead of our own people. Now we scared to tell you our great-grandparents was black. Our people love to say, I got some Irish in my blood. You shouldn't be wanting to claim that. You shouldn't want to claim that. If you find out you got Irish in your blood, you better read through your damn DNA. You better read through your DNA. Huh?
That the name of Israel,
The who?
the name of Israel,
The name of Yasha Allah, man. The princes of the power. Read.
be no more in remembrance.
Be no more in remembrance. They don't even want us to know who we are, man. This is in the Bible, man. Our enemies really don't want us to know who we are as a nation. So we look at each other with an evil eye. And we, oh, man, I'm going to rob that nigga. I'm going to drop a dime on that nigga, man. I don't care about that nigga, man. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Man, the other nations consulted together, man. That's why they got the United Nations. Where's the Negro man in the United Nations? How can he benefit us in over here in America? You got people like, we would say they would be ambassadors or speakers of our people, right? Like the rappers. They go over to those other countries. They sit down with the leaders. And you know what they're saying? Can we form a business over here? Can we form a business over here with y'all? Because in America, they won't let us do it. And then they forget about us. And they get on social media or they get on the internet and they flossing on us Negroes over here poor. Look at me, baby. I got the bling. I'm shining, y'all. I'm over here in Dubai, baby. They love me over here. Huh? That's how we do it. As soon as we get a little change, we want to force and show evil eye. We're acting like our oppressors. We're acting like our enemies. They're over there flexing on us, so we want to go over there and be like them.
They are confederate against thee.
They are against us, man.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The number one enemy, the public number one enemy of the Most High God said the tabernacles of Edom. Who is Edom? The so-called white man the Bible speaks of. All right? They are our number one enemy. You could think back in 1619, okay? You remember how they did Harriet Tubman. Huh? Powerful sister helped hundreds of Negroes to slavery, to out of slavery, to freedom. Huh? But when she tried to get out, what did they do? They tried to beat her. He tried to beat her in, man. When they found out they could get freed, he had to go to Master and say, listen, I got my papers, boss. Master, I got my papers. I'm free. He looked at it, was like, man, I own your ass forever. Huh?
Read that.
I own you forever, man. Huh? You ain't going nowhere. The white man don't want us to go nowhere. That's why we love America, because he don't want us to go nowhere. Neither now we don't want to go nowhere either. Stockholm syndrome. Bring it out, Elder.
This is the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Right. So you got Negroes, we call them coons, right? They was against us leaving the plantation because the master was treating them so good. Master was putting clothes on their back, feeding them, gave them a gun, right? The biggest Negro, right? Probably worth $3,000-$4,000, right? Said, I would never sell you though, because everybody trying to buy you, but you my best Negro. All right. So if anybody want up off this plantation, I want you to beat them. I want you to beat them until they hurt, but you better not kill them because they worth $2,000. Hold up. You think about it. There's 41 point, like let's say 9 billion Negroes in America. Million. You're right, Slocky. 41.9 million Negroes in America. If they're all was worth $2,000 a piece, how much money is that? That's like 90-some billion dollars. The white men don't want to give up you Negroes, man. If we went back to Africa, they would go bankrupt. Huh? They would go bankrupt tomorrow if we all decided to put down our 9-to-5s and just go to Africa. And, baby, I ain't got no ticket. Don't worry, we're gonna get you a ticket, baby. We gonna everybody gonna help each other get out of America, okay? Because this thing about to blow up. They get mad. Putin is ready to blow this shit up right now, right? So you tell your cousin, you tell your uncles, everybody, we're gonna buy a plane ticket and we're gonna get out of America, all right? We're gonna make sure everybody's child is gonna leave, huh? That's $90 billion. Look, we worth way more than $2,000. I'm just giving an example.
That's right, brother.
Okay, I'm just giving an example. But that's what it would take for us to bankrupt America. But we love it so much, we want a little bit of some more of that white man money. Huh? He already sitting on 100 trillion. He's sitting on 100 trillion. Probably more than that. Gazillion. What's the last letter? Zazillion. He robbed everybody, man. He went over to Africa trying to rob them, the French, and the Africans kicked the French out. We want our resources, and we want everything that is worth that you took from us. Don't ever come back to our country again, huh? Look at what the my brothers, the Levites, did to the French. Huh? Look what they did to the French in 1804. Kick their ass up out their land, huh? When is you Negroes gonna wake up? Who shall rouse up you? Huh? Who gonna rouse up the Negro man in America who done slept like a fat lion with no teeth?
Yeah, how was shot?
Huh? Read.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites, the number 2 on the list of God's hated enemy. The Ishmaelites would be considered the Arabs, right? Ishmael, the ones that practices Islam and call themselves Muslims, right? So the so-called white man is the first, number 1, and guess what? He's controlling Negroes today. Christianity. Because in that plantation, you had to what? Obey your subjects or your masters. They try to use the Bible. They try to use the Bible, right? But they said that your masters wasn't a terror to good works. So what good works was the so-called slave owner doing to the Negroes? Huh? The good works is what we're doing. We're mastering our book. This is our book. And we're doing the best we can to master the classes that the prophets of old was teaching us. But our schoolmaster is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and we're following him. But y'all hate us because we're telling the truth, and you know we are, man. Huh? Is it okay to put your rod in another nation's woman? No. We gotta be fruitful and multiply with our own race, man.
That's right, bring it out.
Of Moab. Of who? Of Moab. The damn Chinese man. Huh? Xi Jinping. Kim Jong-un. Huh? The only Negro Kim Jong-un like is Dennis Rodman.
That's right.
He's the only Negro he like. He like our movies. He has a collection of American movies. And guess what? He got all of them. I seen his little archive. He got Paid in Full. Huh? He got Harlem Nights up in his jaw. Huh? He got all the good movies that we used to watch back in the 80s and the 90s, man. Read.
Yeah. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. If thieves come to thee, the robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they have had enough?
How will they have what?
Have stolen till they have had enough.
Don't stop till you get enough. That's how the nature of the so-called Edomites have right now, man. They're not satisfied with the bread that they have. They'll keep stealing and keep stealing and keep stealing. Huh? They'll steal you Negroes to every Negro that come out of the matrix, every Negro that come out of the black woman's womb, they're gonna steal them. How? Barcoding them with a stamp and a social security number and a birth certificate. Stolen. Out of the womb. Stolen. Huh? And you sisters fall right along in line with it. You can have them, massa. Have them, massa. I got to go to this hospital. Baby, I don't think you should go to the hospital. Maybe we should get a midwife. I'm going to the hospital, man. I don't care. You love letting them steal your children.
That's right.
And you willfully, you don't know that this is happening. You just willfully going along with it like it ain't nothing wrong, right?
You know, when that happens, they think that's normal, but if you study the law does allow you to do that. That's how we used to do it prior to the early 1900s.
This is legal stealing.
Right. Yeah.
They legally stealing our babies, legally putting our babies in slavery. It used to be when the baby will come out of the womb, right? They'll wait till they grow up a little bit, feed them up, get them a little fat. By the time they're 4 years old, they're like, put them in the cotton field. That nigger can pick up a big bag of cotton. Get that little nigger baby in the cotton field. Guess what? They got a nigger, the nigger baby in the field with a overalls on and a bag over his shoulder, carrying pounds of cotton. Huh? And we think it's okay. We right here. Locally, right here, every Saturday. Every Saturday. Yup. So what is this telling us, man? Huh? That we're still in slavery, man. This very day, man. The three top nations, there's more nations. I wanted to get to the top three because you can think about the rest of the people. But right now, the people that's in power is Esau, Edom, right? The Ishmaelites, and Moab. Okay? The white man, the Arab man, and the Chinese man. These people right now are formed the Confederacy right now and said, guess what? We're gonna take over that land in Israel today, and ain't none of y'all gonna be able to do nothing about it. Ain't nothing y'all gonna be able to do about it. Huh? There's alliances being formed right now to take over that land. Huh? Who over here right now ready to go over there and get a woman? Huh? Who right now in their right mind wants to go over there and get a woman of Hamas or get a woman of Israel? Kanye West did. And look what he going through. That woman like, man, you're too controlling. You ain't learned from Kim Kardashian? You better go back to Chirac and get you one of them sisters, man. Because remember what happened to the sister She got snatched up in a hotel. What was her name? And they took her body parts. They cut her open, and then when they found her, she was missing all her organs.
Yeah,
They found out that the police department did it. It was a whole bunch of Edomites and Jake. There's some wicked Jakes in there, selling her body parts for money. Right? This is great. This is what's going on in America, man. That's why America got to be destroyed, man. Get us out of this melting pot of nations who think that it's okay to be around me. I was never cool with it, but you know what? You gotta go to work, gotta put a mask on, and they do it to us. They put that straight face, fake smile on it.
Right.
What's up, brother? Yes, sir.
This is the thing, man, I want to let people know, right? Why did they mark Christ's death? Why is it 2023, and why did they mark his death?
Why did they mark his death?
I know why, but that's the question I asked you. Why did they mark that day? You get what I'm saying? It gets big. The numbers get big, and it goes down to 0. And then it's 0, and then it goes up, and it's 2023. Obviously, the man lived and died, so they marked that date. But nobody wants to believe that.
What date are you talking about?
The 0 date when he died. He died at 33.
He died at the age of 33.
Yeah. And when you ask somebody what's time are we on, they can't tell you. That's his time. Because he died. They wouldn't have marked the date if he didn't die. Am I right? They wouldn't have marked that date.
Yeah. Because, they know what they did to him, right? What's that in Romans?
You ask somebody for that date, they can't tell you. They marked that date because the man died and rose.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bring that out. I got a precept, right? Any man that speaketh, we're gonna speak the oracles of God, right? So the brother said, why did they mark that day? Ultimately, the Lord is orchestrating, right? His hands is the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, right? And he driveth it whithersoever he will, right? So there's an appointed time that the Lord is going to get his revenge, right? Let's just say he's the master chess player and he's playing himself, right? But the other nations are the ones he's playing. He made the game up. He can't lose.
He's the Lord of hosts.
Right, he's the Lord of hosts, right? So you get that? You know which one I'm talking about? Bring it up. You got the new Bible pages sticking together. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
Cometh with clouds, read.
And every eye shall see him.
And who?
Every eye shall see him.
Every eye shall see him, but watch how distinct they get. Read.
And they also which pierced him.
They who?
And they also which pierced him.
They also which pierced him when he died. Right. That's it's marked.
Yeah,
the Lord knows. He's controlling this whole operation, right? But let's get back to that. That's it on that. The water. That was it on Psalms. Now I want you to. You done with over there? You got more over there? Okay, bring it up.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. The thieves come to thee, the robbers by night. How art thou cut off? When they have not stolen till they had enough. If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
The men that were at peace with the so-called white man have deceived the so-called white man. Okay, they may pretend like they are friends with Biden right now. He went and sat down with Xi Jinping, right? This is the peace right now. You actually think that a man that got beef with somebody? You ever watch a battle rap? And before they go out and actually battle each other, they make them sit in the room and they talk shit to each other before they go out and actually battle. This is what's happening right now. Before China and the United States go to war, they popping off at each other right now. Look, I told you don't do this. Well, I told you don't do that. Well, you get this. This is who got the biggest nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Who can piss the farthest? That's all they doing. The rocket that I got is gonna be able to piss on your whole nation, man. Y'all need to chill out. And then Xi Jinping said, "Look, we don't care about y'all. We got Moab. mother of all bonds. Huh?
It's got Moab on it.
They got Moab on it. That's how you know who they are in the Bible.
Shalaki.
What's up, King?
The Most High cast them out.
Uh-huh.
And what's happening right now, see, the Most High got them turning on each other.
That's right. That's exactly what he just read.
That's what's happening right now.
That's exactly what he just read. The Most High God got the nations turning on each other. Right? That's why World War III is imminent. Right? All the alliances, the hooks is being drawn in each other's jaws. They talking to each other. Hey, I need you on my team. Hey, we coming to get you. It's like what was that? The Palestinians said, "Listen, America, you're next.
Right.
You're next." Huh? That if the Most High God, give me Amos 3 and verse 6, right? Like I want you to read where you left at? 4,000. Okay, we're gonna get that, right? Give me Amos 3 and 6.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. It reads, shall a trumpet be blown in
A trumpet be blown
the city?
in the what?
In the city.
And you know the city is a people before it's a place. We're blowing the trumpet right now, right? Giving warning of what's about to happen, right? World War III, right? But before that, Jacob's trouble. You Negroes is in trouble, man. Lest you repent. We about to perish in this land, man. Read.
God, and the people not be afraid.
And y'all not afraid of the judgments of the Most High God? The consequences for not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments? Huh? Read.
God, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it?
And the Most High God is stirring it up, as I just quoted Proverbs 21. Right? The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and he driveth it whithersoever he will. He's the one orchestrating us to go off right now. And it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord.
That's right, brother.
Read.
Bring it out.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest.
Going the other way.
Right? We're going to go into what we need to do as a nation, man. Rid out the undesirables. Okay? Ridding out the undesirables. Yeah, we're not going to go physically remove you from the camp. We're going to let you brothers, the hopeful elect, realize where you need to be. Should you be in a camp with a dirty person, an unclean person? Huh? Which we just read to you? Or you taking that out of context, huh? You got a defiled camp, man. The Lord ain't in your camp.
That's right, brother.
Read.
Come. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, have turned away my wrath away from the children of Israel.
The priest did what?
Had turned away my wrath from the children of Israel.
They turned away. This is what I want the Lord to say to me. That we turned away the wrath of the Most High God. We want to turn away the wrath of the Most High God. So I'm going to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help us, Yahweh, our power. Read.
While he was zealous for my sake.
While he was zealous for his sake, man. He went and put that javelin inside the Israelite man and the woman in her belly and got rid of the plague. They said what was in her belly was a plague. But the man caused it because he put his seed in that defiled womb. Jacob is a supplanter, but you supplanting in something that's defiled. The Lord hates that. Read.
That's right.
While he was zealous for my name's sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Hold on, read that again.
Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, had turned away my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that was zealous, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Right, because when he went inside that woman, the Most High God became jealous, man. Right? We're not supposed to deal with these other nations, man.
That's right.
Is it okay to sleep with heathens? No, it is not. The Most High God is jealous, and he's going to visit our iniquities. Read.
Wherefore say, Behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace.
He's going to give us the covenant of peace. He gave us the covenant of peace because he did something righteous in the sight of the Lord and got rid of the plague, man. All right? So no, we don't no longer want everybody will use this as an excuse and say, you know, well, what about Moses? Moses had Gershom. You know, the Most High God didn't give the covenant to our forefathers, right? He gave it to the children of Israel. So before you start to go off and say that Moses did anything, you got to prove all things. Give me Genesis 12. Give me Genesis 12. Because the Lord told Abraham, I'm going to give this land to your seed, your children, right? So who was actually the children that the Most High God was talking about? The children of Israel, right? He was talking to the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham, right? Read that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12.
Bear with me, y'all. Let me find a piece up real quick. I think it's 10, Genesis 10, right? Genesis 12. Oh yeah, it's 6. Verse 6. 12, 6.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 6. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. The Lord appeared unto Abram and said, thy seed will I give this land.
Unto thy seed he gonna give this land where the Canaanites was then.
And there builded an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him.
Right. So now we understand that Abraham was given a promise by the Most High God that this land was not going to be the Canaanites, but his seed. Right? Now give me 13. Give me 13 and start at we started at the top, right? Yeah, start at the top.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 13 from the top. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle and silver and in gold.
So Abraham was very rich in cattle, silver, and gold. Read.
God. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai.
So him and Lot, his brother, was on the journey, right? Read.
To the place of the altar, which he had made there at first. And there Abraham called on the name of the Lord.
And there Abraham called on Yahweh. Read.
God. And Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks and herds, tents.
Flocks, herds, and tents. Read.
The Lord was not able to bear them.
And what?
And the land was not able to bear them.
The land was not able to bear them because they had a lot of stuff, a lot of substance, right? And a lot of cattle and gold. The land wasn't able to hold them. Read.
That they might dwell together. For their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. There was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle.
And there was a strife between the herdmen and his cattle, right? They're all fighting now. Read.
And the herdmen of Lot's cattle.
And the herdsmen of Lot's cattle. Read.
And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled in the land.
The Canaanite and the Perizzites didn't dwell in the land. Read.
And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife.
Said what?
Let there be no strife.
Let there be no strife. Read.
I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
For we what?
For we be brethren.
So no more strife and no more fighting, right? You so-called Canaanites, you so-called Perizzites, right? We're all brethren. If he removed them out of the land then, and now that Abraham is moving in with his flocks, his tent, his herdmen, right? These are other people with Abraham that's flooding the land. with their families, their tents. Come on. What are they doing? They're dwelling together.
That's right.
See, this is upon the wise. You got to understand how the Lord is putting this whole piece together. I'm going to give it to your seed, man. So go ahead and be fruitful, and I'm giving y'all the land of Canaan. Read.
God. Verse 9. Genesis 13 and verse 9. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself.
Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, he says. Read.
I pray thee from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right.
If you take this side, I'm going to go to that side. Read.
Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left.
If you want this side, then I'm going to go that way. Read.
And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan.
They wasn't fighting over territories the way Negroes do today. This is my block. You can't have this block. I've been on this block since, man, he said, look, you want this block? I'm going to go over there. And you want that block? I'm going to go over here. Right? Read.
That it was well watered everywhere before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah.
He said that it was well watered everywhere before it destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Read.
Even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot sojourned east.
I think that's it on that. Con. Right? So they ended up separating themselves, and they ended up dwelling in those lands. Salakia, you want to say now? Go ahead, King. I'm going to read verse 12. And Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain. So this is how you know who's occupying the land. Okay? Just like you so-called Negroes is occupying America. Were you from the seed of America? Amerigo Vespucci? Huh? Are you a descendant of Amerigo Vespucci? No. You're an inhabitant. Okay? So we don't get caught up in that these certain Canaanites of that land was always descendants, man. They were inhabitants when you read the scriptures, right? Learn how to read and comprehend the Bible, right? So this is what is going on, man. We're getting our nation, we're getting a lot of the people teaching false doctrine about who slept with who in the Bible and not knowing what happened in the beginning. But the Lord is not an author of confusion. We are confused because we don't know. First of all, our heritage was taken from us. So now we got to read a bastardized language called English and think we understand it. Nah, you got to do a little bit more research there, buddy. Huh? Everybody's. I'm tongue twisted on certain words today, man. I can't even speak English fluently. They're like, what you say? I come to the South and the language is just drowned in Southern hospitality. I got to learn this way of talk, man. I'm from up top, right? They hear my language. They say, man, you ain't from here. Nah, bro. I'm from Yankee, man. New York. The languages, right? The dialect, the lingo, okay? And that's what Old English is. It's just an ancient language, man, that is hard to be understood if you don't do your diligent research, right? And study to show yourself approved. All right? You had a precept? Okay, go back to, I think we finished on number 25. Okay, read the rest of the number.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 13. And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood.
So this is what was promised from Abraham, right? Read.
Because he was zealous for his God and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites.
Read.
And the name of the Midianitish woman that was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head over a people and of a chief house of a Midian.
Read.
That's it. Okay. And the Lord spake to Moses, saying, vex the Midianites.
So vex the other nations. Vex the Midianites, man. The same people, the same woman that Phineas took the javelin and pierced her belly. He said, vex the rest of them. Read.
And smite them.
And smite them, right? And kill them. Read.
For they vex you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosby, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake.
All right, now give me Leviticus 20 and 26. Right? Close it out on that. So is it okay to sleep with heathens? We just seen that the Lord said that that's not what we want. That's considered a plague when you're going unto these other nations and you're bearing children, you're begatting children of them, right? And now they're amongst us, walking in our society today like they one of us. Most High God said, you know what? Leave them alone. Though they flourish in branches a while. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon 4. Right? Give me that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26. And you shall be holy unto me.
And you shall be holy unto me, meaning separate, right? Clean, pure, separate unto him, right? Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Because he's holy. He's pure. He's the cleanest of all of us, man. When we can't even, he's so clean, we can't even look at it. Like, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. And when the white man shine his forehead, his shit is shine. It did a sparkle. That's how when the Most High God look at you, you giving up the ghost. You're going to give up your spirit, man. That's how bright he is, right? We so filthy, he's going to disintegrate us, man. We ain't nothing but a vapor to the Lord. A mere dust, right? Read.
And have severed you from other people.
He did what?
Have severed you from other people.
Meaning he cut us off from the other nations, man. Huh? The Lord don't want us dealing with the other nations, man. Look at that, a beautiful couple, a black man and a black woman together. All praise Yahweh Shemel. Y'all are the children of Israel, right? Right? A king and a princess of our house, man. We got to come back and build these type of families again, man. Read.
And you shall be holy unto me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that you should be mine.
We should be who?
That you should be mine.
We're going to be the Lord. We're going to be the Most High God, right? So we have to understand how important it is to separate ourselves from these other nations, especially in these times, man, because the other nations is getting ready to go back home to their own homeland. Where America's homeland is it where the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place? Give me that one more in Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 4.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 4. For though they flourish in branches for a time.
So even though the first and second generations is flourishing in the branches, right? In the branches of the Most High God, the house of the Lord, right? Read.
Yet standing not fast, they shall be shaken with the wind.
They're going to be shaken with the wind. What wind? Jeremiah 51 and 1, that destroying wind, right? Read.
And through the force of wind, they shall be rooted out.
Through the force of wind, they're going to be rooted out, man. The Most High God getting ready to get rid of the first and second generation of these heathens, man. Read.
They're imperfect branches.
They are what?
They're imperfect branches.
They are the imperfect branches. Guess what? They're not even supposed to boast up against you so-called Negroes, man. The pure branch. Read.
Shall be broken off.
They're going to be broken off. That's why. Read.
Their fruit unprofitable.
Whatever children they bring in is unprofitable, right? Whatever fruit, whatever labor they do is unprofitable in the sight of the Lord. Read.
Not right to eat.
Not right to eat, man. You're giving out false doctrine. The scripture tells us to eat the whole roll from his mouth, the wisdom of God, right? Not from the first and second generation. Read.
Yea, that for nothing.
What?
That for nothing.
Meat for nothing. You are good for nothing. Right?
Bring it out.
Read.
God. For children begotten of unlawful beds.
For children begotten of unlawful beds. I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about all of them.
That's right, brother.
Every last one of them in the world, you're good for nothing, man. You got to bow down to the children of Israel. Whether you want to do it now, you're going to do it later. Right? Let not say they are Jews and do lie. Read.
Are witnesses of wickedness against their parents.
They're witnesses of wickedness against their parents. Your parents did something wicked. We did something wicked when we stuck our rods in these other nations' women.
That's right.
Read.
In their trial. But though the righteous be prevented with death.
But the righteous is going to be prevented with death. And with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and say, Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah. Kwam Yasharallah. and death to America. Shalom.